The NCCAA and Bob Jones University promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting their participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives are grounds for removal from the site of competition and other disciplinary actions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alumni Stadium on the campus of Bob Jones University for today's women's soccer game. Tonight's contest features the Screaming Eagles of Toccoa Falls College and your Bob Jones University Bruins. At this time, we ask that you please stand for a word of prayer. Dear God, we are thankful for this sport of soccer and the opportunity that these players have to glorify you through it. We ask that you protect them as they compete, and above all, may everything said and done here be glorifying to you. In Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing and direct your attention to our new flagpole provided by Upstate Granite Solutions for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Screaming Eagles. Number 1, Zoe Elliott. Number 4, Piper Turner. Number 5, Becca Sweefy. Number 6, Aaron King. Number 8, Jaden Taylor. Number 10, Ava Reen. Number 11, Emma Steers. Number 12, Haley Beard. Number 15, Nola Zook. Number 17, Emily Scarborough. And number 18, Jenny Jaffe. Toccoa Falls is coached by Brooke Hall. And now, fans, let's meet the starters for your Bob Jones University Bruins. The junior from Burlington, Massachusetts, wearing number 1, goalkeeper Margaret Cummings. The junior from Severn, Maryland, wearing number 5, Jane Farr. The senior from Greenville, South Carolina, wearing number 7, Abby Arrowwood. The senior from Palm City, Florida, wearing number 8, Reagan Tierney. The junior from Easley, South Carolina, wearing number 9, Estrella Cruz. The freshman from Conyers, Georgia, wearing number 10, Annabelle Geddes. The senior from Travelers Rest, South Carolina, wearing number 12, Miley Shaw. The junior from Greenville, South Carolina, wearing number 14, Julia Hartzler. The junior from Greenville, South Carolina, wearing number 28, Shannon Miller. The senior from Grafton, Ohio, wearing number 30, Francesca Rednick. And the freshman from Grafton, Ohio, wearing number 32, Amelia Peters. Bruins are coached by Dr. Chris Carmichael in his 14th season, assisted by Anna Grace Abrams and Mia Marks.
Hello everybody, it's time for some South Region action tonight at Alumni Stadium as the Bruins host their friends from Toccoa Falls College in each team's first region match of the year. My name is Trenton Goldsmith and I am thrilled to be with you tonight for what I'm sure will be an absolute show between the Bruins and the Screaming Eagles. The Bruins starting with the ball wearing the Columbia blue, and Toccoa Falls going right to left in the navy tonight. Bruins starting lineup, Margaret Cummings, the All-American goalkeeper, obviously in her box. Abby Earwood, Estrella Cruz, and Jane Farr in front of her. The midfield consists of Amelia Peters, Miley Shaw, Reagan Tierney, Shannon Miller, and Annabelle Gaddis. And there's going to be Julia Hartzler and Francesca Orednik working up top. That's Miller over to Hartzler right now on that left wing. The starters for Toccoa Falls, Zoe Elliott, Becca Sufi, Piper Turner, Aaron King, Jaden Taylor, Ava Ream, Emma Grace Steers, Haley Beard, Nola Zook, Emily Scarborough, and Jenny Jaffe. Last time these two teams met was in the South Region Championship last season here at Alumni Stadium, where the Bruins came away with a 3-0 victory to win another region championship. They're looking to do so again this year. Have had a rough start, especially on the offensive side, but looking to get it going here tonight, and maybe here early. That one's down into the box and kicked out for an early Bruins throw-in. Bruins are coming off of 2 straight losses, looking for an early, wow, right away. Francesca Rednick decides to score from 18 yards out, cut me off, and start this game with a 1-0 lead.
Bruins goal scored by number 30, Francesca Rednick.
She has the ability to score from far out, like whenever. She can be facing the other direction, turn around, shoot, and it finds the corner, and it's exactly what happened right there. And that's exactly what the Bruins have been wanting all season long. As I was saying, they're coming off of 2 losses, 2 shutout losses where their offense could not find a shot on net. And right as I was saying that, Francesca Rednick changes that narrative right away. Early pressure already. Toccoa Falls College trying to work their way up the field, but it's going to be very difficult because while the Bruins offense has been struggling so far, their defense has not. They have been playing some top talent in teams like Tennessee Southern and Furman University, and their defense has held pretty strong against some of the top teams in the nation. A lot of that is thanks to Estrella Cruz, the center back this year for the Bruins. Shaw working it up to a Rednick with a good touch. Finds Gaddis. Gaddis trying to find some space here. Working up to a Rednick. She's onside. A Rednick looking for her second goal early. Francesca Rednick, that one is blocked by Zoe Elliott. Rednick keeps up the trend in the last 4 games now that the Bruins have played Toccoa Falls. Francesca Rednick has scored. Shaw drops it back to Arrowwood. Now Cruz up to Tierney, the holding mid. Finds Miller with space and time. Hartzler's to her left on the wing by herself. She finds her. Hartzler cuts in, finds Tierney. Bruins are shifting up. Drops back to Arrowwood. She's going to move it up. Peters. Shaw. Back to Peters. Tierney with no one in front of her. Hartzler had to come back for it, slightly offsides at the time of the pass, and that one's going to go Toccoa Falls' way. Toccoa Falls is coming off of a 4-0 win against Alice Lloyd College. Emily Scarborough led the way with 2 goals, followed by Jaden Taylor and Jenny Jaffe, both getting one themselves. But it's none of those players that lead this team in scoring. It's the freshman Haley Beard. She has 4 goals on the season with an assist to go with it, leading the team with 9 total individual points. And they have a pretty good away record, being 3-1 on the road. They're going to have some catching up to do if they want another victory on the road here at Alumni Stadium. Very hot start for the Bruins. Something they've been coveting all season long. Have yet to score more than 2 goals in a game. In fact, they've scored 3 goals all season in their first 9 matches. But again, it's all been against pretty tough opponents. This is the first region opponent, NCCAA opponent of the year. Good turn by Hartzler, creating space for herself. Now doing it again, finding space towards the line, putting it into the middle. And that one's going to be gathered by Elliott with Peters crashing in behind. Elliott, the sophomore goalkeeper. She's been splitting time with Josie Robinson. Both have just over 220 total minutes on the year. Elliott has 48 saves. Shaw up to Peters. Peters trying to beat out Taylor in a foot race, and Peters knocks her down. Great shot from Peters from really far out, but the flag goes up first. Aaron King, the junior from Piedmont, South Carolina, just up the road, is going to take this free kick for the Screaming Eagles. That one gets all the way back to Cruz. Cruz getting it away. Good pressure by Ava Ream there against Arrowwood, but Arrowwood wins the ball back. Jane Farr. Hartzler. That one's taken away by Scarborough. Back to Scarborough in the middle. Looking for space. Miller on her back. Drops back to Steers. And that one is going to be saved by Hartzler. Bruins moving forward now. And Hartzler's pass to Gaddis is poked away. And that one to Rednick is also poked away. Shaw turns with it. Finds Arrowwood outside. Arrowwood, great ball up to Peters. Peters trying to cut in towards the middle. No one's home. That clearance hits the teammate. And Ava Ream seems to be shaken up a little bit. Hands on her knees. That may have taken her breath away. Miller. Hartzler, that one is going to go too far out in front of Hartzler, out for a Toccoa Falls throw. Be taken by Nola Zook, the sophomore from Pennsylvania. Quick shout out to some members of our women's basketball team, being our ball girls tonight, helping out Mr. Ward. Their schedule is just released on our website at bjubruins.com. They have 11 home games this year. We'd love to see you at the Davis Field House for those games. Talented women's basketball team that we have this year, returning everybody from last year and bringing in some new talent in the freshman class. Piper Turner, the sophomore, takes this, sends it up the field. And Scarborough ended up with it momentarily, but goes back to Shannon Miller. Tierney carrying. Finds Shaw with space. Gaddis. Miller up to a Rednick going up against Turner, trying to beat out Turner. Getting past her, a Rednick. And that one's going to go out for a corner kick. That shot was deflected by Becca Sufi. Francesca Rednick is hungry for it tonight. Trying to get her second goal very quickly. Hartzler's going to go out and take this corner kick. Sends it towards the PK spot. That one's headed on by Miller. And going to trickle out for a goal kick. King. That pass is deflected up by Miley Shaw. Back to Peters. And now Shaw into the middle. Quick touch to Miller. Great find. Miller cuts back. A Rednick. And now Gaddis. And Annabelle Gaddis can't get past. The ball was still at Ream's feet. Had it for quite some time. A Rednick trying to get it back, and he doesn't. It's cleared away. Far. Cruz. Now Airwood on the other side. Bruins with steady possession so far in this game. Not finding that much difficulty to keep it against Toccoa Falls yet. But if we learned anything last year in the region semifinal, it's that Toccoa Falls knows how to fight. In the region semifinal last year here at Alumni Stadium, Toccoa Falls went up against, which is Trinity Baptist College, was now Trinity College of Jacksonville. And that was a match. That went all the way down to the very end. And Toccoa Falls fought out a very big win to get them to the region championship. Miller with a header forward. And was stuck at the feet of Steers for quite some time, but she gets it up. Farr's header gets flicked up. Farr now on a foot race with Beard, and Farr wins it. Hartzler. Miller finds Gaddis. Gaddis turning. Shaw. And Gaddis is going to drop. Hartzler all by herself, and the flag goes up, but I mean, from up here, I didn't think she was offsides. The two defenders in the middle were, I thought, well in front of Hartzler. I mean, Hartzler was about 15 yards from the nearest defender on her side, but it's called anyway. I think the flag didn't go up on that. Hartzler would have been all by herself all the way down the line. That one's dropped back to Turner. And now over to Aaron King. Peters coming up. Peters takes it away momentarily. Good shield by Aaron King, but Peters gets it back. Gaddis. Annabelle trying to split her defenders, and she gets tripped up. It's going to be a free kick right outside the box. Literally on the direct corner of the 18-yard box. That was a fancy play by Gaddis to draw that foul. And now the Bruins with another big chance to score. Gaddis left dominant, might be looking to shoot this. She's gearing up for a shot. Can she stay over it? Annabelle Gaddis. And that one goes straight to the hands of Zoe Elliott. Gaddis still searching for her first goal of her collegiate career. Steers. Pass up. Taken away. And that one also taken away by Zook, going the other way. Cruz read that pass, and now Shaw with it in the middle, dropping back to Arrowwood. 15 minutes down in this first half. Bruins find an early lead in the first 2 minutes off of a classic Francesca Rednick shot. Bruins trying to look for the best hole in this Toccoa Falls defense to give themselves a little cushion of a 2-goal lead. That one's worked up the line. Hartzler trying to chase it down. Nola Zook gets there first. Tries to turn. Works up the line. Miller, though, is there trying to take it away. But it's going to go back to Toccoa Falls' direction. I think a foul was called on the field on Miller. So it'll be a free kick, not a throw-in. Over the head of Hartzler, straight to the feet of Farr and out of bounds. So Farr is going to pick it up, throw it forward. Hartzler keeps it in, drops back to Farr. Farr finds Tierney. Tierney to Arrowwood. And now up to Shaw. Shaw turns going forward. To Gaddis. A Rednick trying to make a run. Gaddis cuts back, trying to find a Rednick's sister, Amelia Peters, and that one's out of bounds for a throw-in. Peters into Gaddis. Gaddis turns. She's on her left. Finds Shaw. And if Miley Shaw was on her right foot, she probably would have taken a shot right there. Toccoa Falls now trying to work the ball up the field. And Miller hustles back to take it away from Scarborough. Drops back to the All-American Margaret Cummings. No substitutions yet for either team. Tierney. Gaddis. Referee has to get out of the way. He was kind of stuck in the middle of like 5 players right there. Arrowwood cuts back. Another reset button for the Bruins. Cruz to Tierney. Miller. Back to Tierney. She slips on the ball. Oh, man. Ream had Jaden Taylor sprinting up the line, had a couple of steps on Amelia Peters, but Ream doesn't see her, goes the other way, and now they have to reset. Shaw wins that back for the Bruins. Gaddis with it right at midfield, and that one is going to go right back to her. Far, great ball up to Julia Hartzler. Flag stays down that time. Hartzler trying to get into the box. She does. Hartzler, too far near post. And that one goes out. Hartzler almost had to shoot it on that. No one was coming up into the box. First sub coming on in the game is a substitution for Toccoa Falls. Nola Zook exits. It's Sarah Land that just came in for Toccoa Falls. One of 4 freshmen on this team. Gaddis trying to work it up to Peters. Peters takes it away from Jaden Taylor and forces a throw in now. Peters takes it quickly to Gaddis. Gaddis back to Arrowwood. And now Shaw. Out the other way to Jane Farr. Jane Farr drilling forward. Jane Farr up to Miller. Miller trying to win it back. She does. Hartzler wins it back. Bruins just trying to keep it at their feet around the box and find a way through. Heavy defense by Toccoa Falls. Another substitution coming on for Toccoa Falls on their throw-in. Hartley Brannon is coming on for Haley Beard. So now the leading scorer for Toccoa Falls taking a quick break. Miller up to a Redneck. Can't get there in time. Cleared away by Piper Turner. Jane Farr saves it from going out of bounds. Keeps possession for the Bruins. Farr. And now Arrowwood. Bruins having a hard time getting up the field here when 7 of the 11 are all playing defense for Toccoa Falls. Far up the field. A Rednick chasing it down. Francesca Rednick's going to get the ball. A Rednick puts it off the crossbar. And Gaddis can't win the ball back. And that's going to be a free kick on the foul against Gaddis. Another chance for a second goal comes up just short for Francesco Rednick. And if that's who I think it is, talking to Coach Carmichael, we're about to see the return of Ellie Cummings. That one's worked into the middle for Toccoa Falls. Worked out. Hartzler. And that one goes back to Toccoa Falls' direction. Miller to Hartzler. In the middle, finds Shaw. Shaw pokes forward to a Rednick. A Rednick beating out a foot chase again. Francesco Rednick can put that one away. Oh, yeah. It's 2-0. Both goals scored by Francesco Rednick.
Bruins goal scored by number 30, Francesca Rednick.
And that goal gives a perfect opportunity. If you hear applause still going, it's because Ellie Cummings is back on the field for the Bruins for the first time since last homecoming. Maddie Pfaffenroth also comes in. Cummings injured herself last season on homecoming night and has been working as hard as she possibly can to get back on the field, and today is that day. She comes at the best possible time in this season, looking to provide a spark for this team that can last the rest of the year. Far back to Cruz. Over to Arrowwood. Pfaffenroth now on the right wing. Cummings is up top. And Francesca Rednick is out on the left wing now, with Hartzler in the middle with Cummings. Rednick. Miller finds Shaw. Shaw with space in front of her. Shaw trying to get up to Pfaffenroth. Pfaffenroth winning the ball back. Good touch. Gets around Taylor into the box. Francesca Rednick for the hat trick. Oh, just wide. A first half hat trick would have been crazy. Zoe Taylor now going to take this goal kick. Goes up the field. Pfaffenroth flicks it back to Arrowwood. Shaw going forward. Shaw to Pfaffenroth. Good through ball. Pfaffenroth gets there first. Trying to get towards the line. She does. Across and into the hands of Taylor. Excuse me, Zoe Elliott. Savannah Clock now about to check in for the Bruins. Along with Lydia Howell. I think Madison Avellino just joined the group, so we're about to have 3 subs for the Bruins. We might have more. Arrowwood fakes the pass up, drops back to Cruz. Cummings. Out to Jane Farr.
Yeah, no, I was just having an autism like crazy.
That throw-in's going to bring on the subs. Avellino, Clock, and Howell coming in for Tierney, Arrowwood, and Miller. Farr takes the throw in. And that one's going to keep going the Bruins' direction. Howell to Shaw, back to Avellino, first touch of the day. Goes all the way over to Savannah Clock for her first touch of the day. Clock, back to Avellino. Trying to work it up the field to Pfaffenroth. Just too far inside. Pfaffenroth. Good effort, though. Wins a throw-in for the Bruins. Hartzler. Back to Clock. Clock all the way down the line. Clock trying to get towards the end line. She has to save it, though. She does momentarily. And that one goes out. Lauren Green coming on for Miley Shaw. Shaw exits with an assist on that last goal by a Rednick. Elliott up the field. Looks towards Scarborough. She brings it down. Scarborough into Brannon. Back out to Scarborough. Trying to get away from that line. Far. Back to Cummings. Avellino to Green. Green's first touch of the day. Working it up to Pfaffenroth. Pfaffenroth gets it. Past the Hartzler, just a little bit too far behind. Avellino to Green again. Green to Hartzler. Hartzler turning. Miscommunication with Cummings and Howell. Both of them ran in the same spot. Neither of them ran towards Hartzler, but it's okay. Hartzler wins it back. Good ball up to Pfaffenroth. That one was a floater. Pfaffenroth getting past momentarily and trickles out for another throw-in. 2 more subs coming on for the Bruins. Ashley Frederick coming in for Jane Farr. And Brooke Corson coming in for Julia Hartzler. That one's out for a throw-in. Corson's going to take this. Spent the majority of my morning with Brooke Corson's brother Bryce on the golf course. Bruins finished up their action at the Bruins Golf Classic this morning. Pfaffenroth turns and shoots. That one out into space and cleared away, but the Bruins get the ball back. Cummings wins the ball away, trying to find Howell. That one's tipped. Green from far out. That one off the wrong part of the foot. Out for a goal kick. Only 3 starters remaining on the field for the Bruins. That's Cummings, Cruz, and a Rednick. Quality experience here for the backups against the region opponent, all of which playing so well so far. Howell wins that ball away, finds Corson. Corson to Pfaffenroth. Pfaffenroth can't get past Piper Turner. Now there's a big gap in the middle. Toccoa Falls trying to work it up. Scarborough. And that ball's too far inside. That one's going to get all the way to the box. Off the foot, I did not think that was getting all the way there. Cummings rolls out to Avellino. Howell back to Avellino. Good give and go. Clock. Howell. To space. Green's going to go back and get it. And now to Frederick. Avellino to Green. Green, good touch and gather. Up to Cummings. Cummings trying to turn. Wins it away anyway. And she gets it. Drops back to Savannah Clock. Avellino over the Green. Now Frederick. Avellino, couple touches forward, finds Ellie Cummings. Heavy touch out in front, and that one's going out for another Bruins throw-in. And another sub will come on. Isla Tomko is coming in for Ellie Cummings. Again, Cummings' first time back from an injury. Played quality minutes here in the first half. Corson gets it away. Clock. Finds the gap, finds a Rednick looking for the hat trick, and she gets it! How about a first half hat trick for Francesca Rednick?
Bruins goal scored by number 30, Francesca Rednick.
What a first half for the senior. I'm going to have to go tell Asher Rednick, Francesca's husband, after this game. He has to do the same thing tonight because the men's team is right up next after this game against Converse University. And Asher Rednick scored against Converse last year. Looking to do so again tonight. Or else I think Francesca might become my favorite of Rednick. Not that it's a rivalry or anything. That one's out for a goal kick. Emma Grace Steers exits. Looks like Gabrielle Glover coming in. Cummings out to Frederick. Green turns. Green with space. Green up the field, trying to find Tomko. That was a good pass. It's cleared out for another Bruins throw-in. I feel like there's been at least 5 throw-ins from that exact spot for the Bruins so far today. A Rednick gets it back again. A Rednick finds Howell. Lydia Howell from far out. That one goes too far in. And out for a goal kick. Another substitution coming on for the Bruins. Coming in for Francesca Rednick is Danny Jordan, freshman from Lyman, South Carolina. Now playing on the left wing. Toccoa Falls doing everything they can to maybe even get a goal for themselves. Danny Jordan finds Howell. Tomko wins the ball back. Finds Avellino. Avellino from like 30 yards out. That one almost dipped down. Finds the crossbar. That's going to be a throw-in for Toccoa Falls. That one almost was an incredible goal by Madison Avellino. That's now 2 off the crossbar. Pfaffenroth trying to find Corson with the back heel. Corson and now Green. Green from like really far out. That one's a little too far left. Another goal kick. Just over 6 minutes to go here in a very successful first half for this Bruins offense. Something they've been dying to see. It's the first game all year that they've scored over 2 goals, and they've done it in just about 40 minutes of play. Quick counter here for Toccoa Falls. And that one's dropped, but dropped to a Bruin. Tomko back to Avellino. Out to Clock. Clock still running up the field. Cutback, though, gets taken away and tipped out for another throw-in. Ashley Frederick. Out to Corson. Goes all the way back to Estrella Cruz. Howell finds Jordan with a through ball. Danny Jordan down near the line. Cuts back on her right foot. Still trying to get past. Good defense, but that one results in a corner kick. Pfaffenroth will not go and take it. It's going to be Danny Jordan. Sent into the box. Great ball. Howell floats it over the bar. For corner kicks, that's exactly where you want it. Another goal kick for Zoe Elliott. Up the field and over everybody. Cruz gathers for the Bruins and drops it back to Cummings. Cummings dealing with Covington, but gets it away. Frederick up the line to Corson. But Piper Turner drops it back to Elliott, and she clears it away. With Elliott and Josie Robinson splitting time all year, you wonder if Robinson's going to line up in the box coming out of the second half. Ava Ream with a shot from far out. An easy gather, though, for Margaret Cummings. First shot of the day for Toccoa Falls. They've had the ball just a few times on the offensive side with some space. The Bruins seem to be playing pushed up a lot. Very heavy offensively today. Howell was not facing that pass. I think she was looking to run up the field. Scarborough. And that one's going to be a handball. Unlucky placement Margaret Cummings going to come up and take it. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Cummings just going to blast it all the way up the field. Pfaffenroth trying to get it away from Turner. Cannot. And now out to Taylor. Ream. Scarborough. Excuse me, that was Glover. Howell takes it away from Glover. Howell getting into the box. Lydia Howell. And that back heel saved a shot there from happening. Jordan gets it back though. And that's Scarborough. Up the field. That one's too far out in front.
Remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
That pass from Scarborough to Jaffe was just a little bit softer. Jaffe would have been one-on-one with Cummings. Tomko. Clock. That one straight to the feet of Jayla Hart. Hart with it again. Bruins trying to look for something in the final minute here. 25 seconds. Jordan takes this throw in quickly to Howell. Howell working herself in. Lydia Howell, that was a shot from far out. May have had a chance if it's not deflected. 15 seconds. Avellino.
10.
Lauren Green.
9, 8, 7.
That one's cleared up for now.
5.
Jaffe
4, 3, 2.
has to make quick work of it.
0.
And she just tries to kick it forward. And it's short. A first half hat trick for Francesca Orednik leads to a 3-0 lead for the Bruins after the first 45 minutes. The second 45 starts in just 15 minutes. You should stick around.
At the end of the first half, Bruins 3, Toccoa Falls 0. There will be 15 minutes of halftime. Fans, Crush Fitness Cherrydale is a proud partner of your BJU Bruins. Located just a few miles from BJU, Crush Cherrydale offers state-of-the-art equipment, group fitness classes, and tanning, all designed to help you crush your goals. Right now, you can join for just $1, enjoy your first 30 days free, and lock in an unbeatable rate of only $9.99 per month. Plus, if you join before the end of September, you'll be entered to win a free 1-year membership. This offer is valid for Bob Jones students and fans only. Don't wait. Stop by Crunch Cherrydale today. And don't forget to stop by the Crunch Fitness table on your way out of Alumni Stadium. you want to find out more about any of our Bruins teams and coaches, then head to BJUBruins.com. There you can find game recaps and updates, as well as previews for upcoming games. If you can't make it to a game in person, well then you can catch the live stream at BJUBruins.com. Fans, if you're hungry for dinner on the drive home, why not stop by Chick-fil-A of Taylor's, a proud sponsor of your BJU Bruins. Chick-fil-A of Taylor's is located just about 2 miles from BJU on Wade Hampton Boulevard. Check them out today. Chick-fil-A of Taylor's. Eat more chicken and go Bruins. Conveniently located off of I-385 and just 5 miles from downtown, the Courtyard Greenville Haywood Mall Hotel wants to give you 10% off of the best available daily rate. Their on-site bistro serves Starbucks breakfast and dinner with a seasonal outdoor pool with a fire pit and grill available. Learn more at Marriott.com. That's MARRIOTT.com. Bruins fans, you know you have enough choices to make, so you should always make the choice that gets you the best rate, and choose FCI Agency. FCI is an insurance broker that provides auto, home, life, and business insurance. Check them out online at fcisc.com. FCI Agency, a proud sponsor of your BJU Bruins. Fans, if you love supporting the Bruins, then you're going to need to look the part. Head to shopbjubruins.com and check out all manner of Bruins merchandise, including t-shirts, hats, and hoodies, all so you can be game day ready. Head to shopbjubruins.com and thank you for supporting the BJU Bruins. beginning of the second half. Bruins 3, Screaming Eagles 0.
Welcome back to the second half of action here at Alumni Stadium. My name is Trenton Goldsmith, still with you here. And the Bruins start this second half with a 3-0 lead after a very eventful first half that led to a Francesca Arednik hat trick in the first half. It was quite the first half, something the Bruins have been looking for all season long, and they finally found an offensive explosion. And now Toccoa Falls starting with the ball, starting to answer back and trying to find their way forward to score a goal themselves. But that's taken away by clock right away. Hard pass up to Shaw. And taken away by Sufi. It has been a struggle for Toccoa Falls to score against the Bruins. In fact, the last time they have scored against the Bruins was 7 years ago in 2018, where they won 1-0. They've only ever scored 6 goals in the all-time series, and the Bruins lead that series with a very convincing 21-2 record. Last season, the Bruins first met Toccoa Falls on the road, which, let me tell you, that was a test for this Bruins team. In fact, last year, some could say it was the best Bruins soccer team ever, as the flag goes up for Rednick. And Toccoa Falls gave them a challenge that night. Bruins still came away with a 2-0 win, but it was not comfortable whatsoever. But then obviously the Bruins came back in the region championship later in the season on their home field and came away with a 3-0 win. Again, that one still was a struggle for the team that had people like Mia Marks and Celeste Ballady scoring goals left and right for them all of last year. A Rednick pass up to Shaw, just a little bit too soft. Rednick battling, wins it away, finds Shaw there. Shaw turning, and now Miller. Drops back to Cummings, starting the second half in a defensive spot. Cummings last year was a utility player for this Bruins team. Before she was injured, she played everywhere, and I mean everywhere. When she came in, she would be starting defensively. She'd work her way up to the 9 striker position. She'd work on the wing, maybe even in the midfield. And honestly, as she returns more and more, getting her minutes up, we might see more of that. Playing all the way around the field with Cummings up in that center back spot. That allows Cruz to move up, who's playing in the midfield right now. Wouldn't be surprised soon if Cruz moves up to the striker spot if Cummings stays back there. Cummings wins that ball away. Can't get around the tetrad of defenders. That one's a shot. That one goes out far post for a goal kick. And it's newly subbed on Caroline Rowland, the walk-on goalkeeper, now playing for the Bruins. Margaret Cummings deserves some rest. Cummings, the All-American goalkeeper, only 9 goals allowed in the 8 matches she has played. Miller couldn't get the ball off her feet. Shaw and Peters were both on a run. And that one's dropped back. And as we speculated in the first half, that speculation does not come true. Elliott back playing goalkeeper for Toccoa Falls. We have seen Caroline Rowland this season. She played in an away match against Greensboro in which she did fantastic. It was a 0-0 draw. She made several saves that made that game a 0-0 draw. That one's worked up to Rednick, and the offsides flag goes up again, and the last one she was for sure offsides. That one, another one, I didn't see it. Some of the fans didn't like it either. Not entirely sure. That one wins a free kick for Toccoa Falls. Zook. Arrowwood. Oh, that one gets tipped into space. Cummings gets in the way of it. Tierney. The ball can't be cleared. Toccoa Falls still threatening. That one's a shot on net and in. So Toccoa Falls does get the goal. It's Jenny Jaffe. First time they've scored on the Bruins in nearly 8 years.
Eagles goal scored by number 18, Jenny Jaffe.
What a shot. The Bruins just couldn't clear that one away. It was stuck at the feet. And Jaffe finds all the time she needs to put one in. That was the sophomore's 4th goal of the season. Has now scored in back-to-back games. Bruins looking to get it back right away. Miller. Up to Amelia Peters in a foot race. She's not going to get there. Zoe Elliott gets there first. Cruz now in the middle. Up to Shaw. To Miller to space. Back to Shaw. Shaw has space in front of her. Cuts in. Clock. Now in the back. Finds Tierney, who drops back to Arrowwood. That one trying to work up to Hartzler on the wing. Hartzler made that one very close. And that one's going to go out for a goal kick. Good shield there by Turner. And now Cummings going back up top. Cruz going back to the center back spot. Elliott sends it away. Miller gets there first. Miller to Shaw. Shaw with space in front. Miley Shaw. Touch too far out in front.
One touch, then a shot.
And Elliott dives on it. Jaffe. Turner. Miller, advantage called on that. Miller with the ball, moving forward. Miller to Shaw again. Can Shaw put this one away? Miley Shaw. That one's blocked by Elliott on her feet. Cummings. Oh, offsides. The flag goes up. Cummings just inches in front of Shaw on that pass. And a Toccoa Falls player is down in result. Erin King was the one down. She's up on her feet right now. Clock's going to stop as the trainer comes out. King now being helped off the field by some teammates. Converse University just arrived for the men's game. Bruins versus Valkyries coming up next. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. at Alumni Stadium here. And I'll be with you back on the broadcast. That one is going to be a show. You might want to stick around and watch this. Last season, the Valkyries and Bruins had a 1-1 draw at Converse, and there were 11 total yellow cards given out in that match with 1 red card at the very end. It got aggressive. It was in the rain, on the turf, lots of slipping, lots of sliding. Nothing too egregious. It was just constant, I need to stop you from scoring, so it's going to be a slide tackle. Lots of it. Season before that, the Bruins beat the Valkyries here at Alumni Stadium in my first ever soccer broadcast, fun fact, on a game winner in the 84th minute. So the Valkyries have gone 2 straight seasons without a win against Bob Jones. They're looking for their first one tonight. Shaw carrying. Could not split. And gets tipped away by Nola Zook. Arrowwood is going to come take this throw in. And that should be a handball, not called, out for a throw-in for Toccoa Falls. Turner. Sufi. Good touch forward. Toccoa Falls threatening for another one. That's it's Scarborough now turning, making space. Working over to Brannon, but she is slightly offsides. She did have a good amount of space over there. It's lined up a little bit too far forward. Miller trying to work it up to Shaw again. Cummings is to her right. Francesca Rednick to her left. Rednick beats out Brannon on a foot race, and Brannon tips that one and can't save it from going out of bounds. Heavy touch by Shaw. Gets cleared away now. Right to Tierney. Abby Arrowwood to Ellie Cummings. Out to Julia Hartzler. Good ball movement here. Hartzler into the box, and that one goes out of bounds. 2 substitutions coming on for the Bruins. Jane Farr and Annabelle Gaddis coming in for Ellie Cummings and Julia Hartzler. Elliott sends it up, but it goes straight to the bench. Bruins win a throw-in. Gaddis. Quick touch to Farr. Jane Farr finds Gaddis. Gaddis making space. Puts it in the middle. Rednick keeps it in. Rednick puts it in. 4th goal of the day for Francesca Rednick. That one got all the way through. Yeah, they weren't entirely sure if that goal counted. So it seemed to be a shot at first by Gaddis. Might turn into an assist right there. Rednick got it right before going out of bounds.
Bruins goal scored by number 30, Francesca Rednick.
4 goals. All 4 of them by Francesca Rednick. Coach Carmichael has been waiting for Rednick to break out like this. Toccoa Falls responded last time right inside this second half here. Trying to do it again. Gaddis can't find the touch. Trying to win it back. Pass by Toccoa Falls finds the feet of Miley Shaw. Going the other way now. Miller. Up to Shaw. Shaw all alone. Shaw one-on-one with Elliott. Miley Shaw puts that one away. And it's quickly 5-1. I don't think she was going to let herself miss another one. Finally finds the back of the net.
Bruins goal scored by number 12, Miley Shaw.
What a response by the Bruins after allowing a goal straight into the second half. They have scored 2 themselves in the first 11 and a half minutes. And now Toccoa Falls just trying to find life again. Miller steals that one away. Bruins want more. Miller going to drop it back to clock. Cruz. And now Arrowwood. Gaddis turns. Gaddis going forward. Jane Farr now on the right wing. Cutting in to her left. That one's into the box. That one right in front of Shaw. She's chasing it down. She keeps it in. Finds a Rednick again. Amelia Peters. Tierney. Tierney from far out over the bar. Jayla Hart coming in for Becca Sufi. Crunch Fitness Cherrydale is now a proud partner of your BJU Bruins. They are located just a few miles from BJU. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, group fitness classes, and tanning, all designed to help you crush your goals. Right now, you can join for just $1, enjoy your first 30 days for free, and lock an unbeatable rate of only $9.99 per month. A Rednick working it up, finding the box. That one's a shot over the bar. Back on Crunch Fitness, if you join before the end of September, so just 7 more days, you'll be entered to win a free 1-year membership. Offer is valid for Bob Jones students and fans only. Don't wait. Stop by Crunch Cherrydale today. A Rednick was looking for goal number 5 right there. Maddie Pfaffenroth waiting to come in. Cruz finds Farr. Peters may have left a little early. She's chasing it down. Flag stays down, and that one's going to be a throw-in for the Bruins. Pfaffenroth coming in for Francesca Rednick, and she's going to get an ovation as she exits. 4 goals here tonight. Another career night for Francesca Rednick. Gaddis can't find a touch, but it's deflected out for a corner kick. Jane Farr will take it, swing it in with her left foot. Pfaffenroth, Miller, Shaw, and Peters in the box. Arrowwood joining late. Arrowwood tracking it. And that one headed out for now. Clock tips it and now cleared away to Cruz, who's by herself at midfield. Tierney wins the ball back. Now Miller. Miller, great footwork, finds Tierney again. Gaddis. Trying to find Peters forward. That ball needs to be on the ground. Tierney. Gaddis again. And that one gets all the way to Elliott again. Off the head of Miller. It's getting headed around right now. Has not hit the ground there. It does. Does it there? The feet of Shaw. Pfaffenroth. Yep. Is offsides. Noah Zook looking forward. Gaddis wins it back. Gaddis dribbling forward. Trying to find Peters on that. And Turner kicks that out for a throw-in for the Bruins. Lydia Howell. Madison Avellino coming in for Tierney and Shannon Miller. Covington now on for Toccoa Falls. Along with Haley Beard. Far. Into the box. That one's a low one. Right to the hands of Elliott. Farr wins the ball back, drops it back to Arrowwood, now to Cruz. Out for another Bruins throw-in. Hartzler about to come in. And she'll come in for Peters. Joins Shaw up top. Throwing to Arrowwood. Heavy pressure, though. Arrowwood touches it back to Cruz. Good communication between the two. They have passed it back and forth with each other 7 times, 8 times now. Make that 9. Can I get 10? I cannot. Arrowwood goes forward. Miscommunication with Gaddis, though, and Arrowwood wins it back. Another shot. Scarborough trying to get around. Scarborough, dribbler to Caroline Rowland. Rolling to Howell, who wins it. Good give and go. Clock stepped on the ball there, but wins it back. Finds Howell. Gaddis up the field. It gets through. Jane Farr with the ball. Jane Farr going in, cutting back on her left foot. She's dominant left. Great defense, though, by Piper Turner. That was not an easy one to get away from Jane Farr. And now it's worked up to Haley Beard, the leading scorer now for Toccoa Falls. Scarborough. Covington. Back to Scarborough. Worked over to the right side. That's Brannon. Nope, excuse me, that's Land. And now Brannon. And Brannon wins a throw-in for the Screaming Eagles. Sarah Land. Freshman throws it in. Scarborough into the box. Covington, first touch. And cleared away by Savannah Clock. Hartzler. Jane Farr coming up, cutting back to her left. Gaddis finds Howell. Howell finds Shaw. Shaw chasing it down. Elliott out of her box, clears it away. Throw in for the Bruins, 2 subs coming on. Lauren Green, and it looks to be Demi Del Pryor, the sophomore transfer, coming in. Jane Farr and Miley Shaw exit. And now Demi Del Pryor on the right wing. Lauren Green up top. Gaddis over to Del Pryor. Del Pryor chasing it down. Can she save it? She can't get there in time. Del Pryor trying to get this ball back. And Avellino now to Cruz. Howell trying to find Hartzler in the middle. Hartzler trying to shield off her defender. Hartzler trying to get it back. And she almost gets it away. But Nola Zook had better ideas. Clears it out for a Bruins throw-in. Green finds Del Pryor. Del Pryor into the box. Cleared away for Nalbo. Arrowwood gets it right back. Avellino into space. Clock wasn't there. Howell, though, with the hustle to get it back. Hartzler turns back on her left foot, shoots it with her left, and that one's too far near post. Out for a goal kick. Gaddis gathers that goal kick, cutting back on her right foot. Can't get away. Green with the hustle, but Green with the foul against Haley Beard. Avellino heads it forward. Howell heavy pressure. Now Pfaffenroth gets it back. Finds Howell too far out in front. Avellino trying to work it quickly to Pfaffenroth. Needs to kick it now. Pfaffenroth's offsides. Yes, the flag will go up again. Pfaffenroth wanted it earlier, but an extra touch was taken before the pass. Emma Gray steers up the field. Heavy touch by Brannon. Clock wins it back. Howell to Green. Del Pryor coming up that right side by herself. But the Bruins drop it all the way back to Arrowwood. Arrowwood with space. That one's trying to work up to Green. Arrowwood wins it back. Still moving forward. Cleared away on the other side, but Pfaffenroth is there to gather. Hartzler, Pfaffenroth is offsides again. She keeps getting these passes just a millisecond too late. She's making good runs. I think she thinks she's timing it really well, which she is. But the pass to her just coming in too late every time. Brandon on the sideline. Brandon trying to cut in on Clock. Clock takes it away. Now Clock with space. Finds Hartzler through. Hartzler in a foot race. Hartzler wins that foot race. Gets the ball. Trying to cut back on her dominant foot. Julia Hartzler finds Green. No, she doesn't. Cleared away first. But Pfaffenroth, heavy touch though. Pfaffenroth trying to win the ball back. That one's worked up to Brandon again. Scarborough can't keep that one in. Howell's going to get it. No subs coming on for the Bruins, so that's going to continue play. Howell. Up to Pfaffenroth. Pfaffenroth running into space. Pfaffenroth from really far out. Doesn't quite have the leg. Goes out for another goal kick. Now 2 subs coming on for the Screaming Eagles. Nola Zook and Hartley Brandon both exiting. Becca Sufi and Mallory Zook back in. Avellino, Hartzler, Gaddis. Gaddis taking space. Gaddis from far out with her left foot. Easy gather by Elliott. Great touch there to bring it down by Ream. Turner was trying to find Hart in the middle. That one's deflected. Gaddis gathers it for the Bruins. Clock. Great ball out to Pfaffenroth. She can't get there. Flag was up anyway. Pfaffenroth offsides again. I don't think the Screaming Eagles have really figured out what's going on right now. Howell, heavy pressure. Tips the ball away. Pfaffenroth running down Sarah Land, and that one goes out for a Screaming Eagles throw. 2 subs looking to come back on for the Bruins. Roland gathers it up. If I'm not mistaken, that's both Cummings sisters about to come in. It looks like Margaret Cummings has had a change of uniform out of the orange and into the Columbia blue. I'm almost positive. We're about to find out. Clock will stop on this substitution. Ellie Cummings is coming in for Annabelle Gaddis. And that is Margaret Cummings, now in a field uniform, coming on with her sister. This is a cool moment for the Cummings family. So with Caroline Rowland doing a great job in the box for the Bruins, Margaret Cummings gets a chance to play in the field. The one time she did this last year, she scored. Let's see if we get the same result here. Hartzler moves back to the back line. That one's worked up to Margaret Cummings. She's on sides. Margaret Cummings, can she do it right away? Oh, that one's tipped out of bounds by Zook. I think it kind of surprised Cummings that she was actually on sides because it was the defender behind her, Sarah Land, that was keeping her on. So I think as soon as she got the ball, she thought she was offsides because she was in front of the defender she was looking at. Coming on looks to be Caitlin Saldivar coming on for Demi Del Pryor. Good to see Saldivar on the field. Pfaffenroth going to take this corner kick for the Bruins. That one's in. Great ball. Back out to Pfaffenroth, who's going to put it right back in on the ground. And that one's going to go out for a goal kick. Over the head of Howell, Avellino gathers. Avellino working in to Margaret Cummings. Cummings out to Pfaffenroth, and the flag goes up again. Pfaffenroth is saying she can't catch a break. Sarah Land about to kick this one away. Easy drop back to Steers. Pfaffenroth wins it back. Margaret Cummings to Ellie Cummings in the space. And that one's going to go out for a goal kick. Clock will stop again as more subs come on. Brooke Corson and Jane Farr coming in for Savannah Clock and Maddie Pfaffenroth. Cummings kicks that one up right away, and the other Cummings can't chase it down in time. Howell, great hustle all night tonight, wins it back. Farr. Avellino. Good cut back to find space. Up to Margaret Cummings. Flag goes up for offsides. I think that was an offsides call from a previous play because the line judge or line ref was much far ahead of where that ball was played. Corson. Back to Avellino, the safe play there. Avellino trying to find Saldivar. Doesn't quite get there. Saldivar hustling though to try to get back. She does. Drops back to Hartzler, but taken away by Beard. Now Covington. Now Ream. Ream back to Zook. Howell wins that one back again, but 2 for out in front. Now the Bruins trying to settle here. Howell back to Avellino. Now over to Lauren Green, but Lauren Green's going to let that go to Saldivar. Drop back to Hartzler, just a little bit too heavy. Hartzler gets it and gets herself up the line. Not a lot of possession right now for either team. And a whole lot of subs about to come on for the Bruins. That one into the box. Jane Farr at first was trying to shield it out for Caroline Rowland to come get, but Farr just takes it herself. And that one's going to go out for a Screaming Eagles throw. I think next Bruins dead ball, we're going to see both Amelia Peters and Francesca Rednick with Miley Shaw, Reagan Tierney. I think Carmichael wants to see some starters back in the game to clean this up a bit. Again, not a lot of possession by either team in the last 5 minutes or so. And that one's going to go out for another Screaming Eagles throw. Cummings wins it back. Ellie Cummings. Brought down by Corson. To Avellino. Over to Green. Green drops back to Hartzler. Here's some possession. Avellino, or excuse me, Howell. To Corson. And the flag goes up. But again, the way it looked is Emma Grace Steers was keeping all of them on sides. But the flag went up. A conversation is being had right now because Carmichael did not like that. That's about the third or fourth offsides call that you kind of wince at and you let it go by. Saldivar finds Green. Green overhead. Cummings trying to get it. And that one's going to be cleared out for a Bruins throw-in, and now all the subs will come on. Again, it's Peters, Tierney, Rednick, and Shaw coming in for Hartzler, Avellino, Green, and Ellie Cummings. Exiting the game in her first time back since last season. Her minutes and her action will only grow from here. Corson, good throw in to Cummings, but Margaret Cummings didn't read it. Elliott gathers. Big punt. Scarborough, a little shaken up on that, cleared it up, and now hobbling. Howell out to Brooke Corson. Brooke Corson with space and time. Corson cutting back, finding Amelia Peters. Couldn't get it quite far enough over to Margaret Cummings, who's still playing up top. And a foul will be called against Cummings. Turner. That's Jaffe, the goal scorer tonight for Toccoa Falls. In the middle to Hart. Bruins win it back. Howell turns outside. That pass too far out in front of Corson. Clock will stop for these substitutions. Conveniently located off of I-385 and just 5 miles from downtown, the Courtyard Greenville Haywood Mall Hotel wants to give you 10% off the best available daily rate. The on-site bistro serves Starbucks breakfast and dinner with a seasonal outdoor pool with fire pit and grill available. You can learn more at Marriott.com. A Rednick back in the game. 4 goals on the day. 4 of the 5 for the Bruins. Bruins still looking for more, pushing up the field a lot here in the final 10 minutes. And that one into space, Shaw gathers. Good touch there by Peters. A Rednick out wide with all the space in front of her. Finds Howell. Howell touch in front. Howell. That one's a good placement though. Not enough power. Dove on by Zoe Elliott. Wants that one very high into the sky. Corson trying to track it. Can't quite get there in time. Bounces over their heads. Corson against Beard. Beard wins it. Covington can't get it back to Beard. Good tackle there by Tierney. That one's up to Isla Tomko. Tomko now into the box. Across. Howell can't get it on net. Good play, though, between Tomko and Howell. FCI Agency is an insurance broker that provides auto, home, life, and business insurance. You have enough choices to make, so make one that always gets you the best available rate. Check them out online today at fcisc.com. That is fcisc.com. Clock's going to stop again for another substitution. Danny Jordan comes in for Brooke Corson. Drops to Cruz. Now Shaw. Trying to find Tomko on that. Miller bringing it down again. Finding Amelia Peters. She's through. Peters from far out. She can't quite get it on target. Heading into the final 3 minutes here in game 1. We're not even halfway done here tonight at Alumni Stadium. We have one more game after this. Men's coming up next against Converse University. Their kickoff is definitely going to be after 7 o'clock since it is currently 7:02. To my knowledge, there's going to be 20 minutes between these games, I think. 15 minutes. I was just corrected by our scoreboard operator. That one worked up to Tomko again. Isla Tomko, touch out in front. Trying to get it past, and that one is going to go out for a corner kick. Good job by Emma Gray Steers to get that ball out. Jordan going to take this corner kick. Short, Tomko flicking it forward. Miller bouncing around the box. Now Beard with Peters all over it, trying to get it away. That ball's out for a Bruins throw-in. Tierney back to Farr. Again, Bruins still fighting for some more. Farr all the way up the field. And that one's out for a throw-in. If you're on your way to the men's game, you want to stop for dinner, Chick-fil-A of Taylor's is a proud partner of the Bruins. Far across, and that one slips through. I mean, that one goes right under Elliott. I thought Elliott had it. And that one goes in for James Farr's first goal of the season. Looking to be a 6-1 final score unless something else can happen in the final minute. Now Toccoa Falls trying to answer in this final minute to get another one back. Sufi trying to get in the box. Tierney gets in the way. Rednick. Howell, and that one too far out in front. Clock trickling down. Howell to Peters. And now Miller to Tomko with space. Can Tomko make it 7? Isla Tomko, the freshman, puts it in. Her first collegiate goal. Makes it 7-1. That's one she'll remember for a very long time.
Bruins goal scored by number 16, Isla Tomko.
How about it? That's how to show up here tonight against a region opponent in the first region match of the year. This Bruins team has been dying for an offensive explosion in their first 9 games. They got it here tonight, and let me tell you, this might shift their whole entire season. They win 7-1 tonight in the first game of the doubleheader here at Alumni Stadium. My name is Trenton Goldsmith, signing off for now, but I'll be back in just 15 minutes when the men's team takes on Converse University. You should come back for that one. It's going to be an absolute show. Have a good evening, Bruin Nation.
Fans, thank you for attending tonight's game. As you leave, make sure to properly dispose of any trash you may have or take it with you as you exit Alumni Stadium. The women's soccer team will return to Alumni on October 10th when they host Carolina University. Kickoff is scheduled for 6 o'clock p.m. You can follow the women's soccer team, as well as all of our other Bruins teams, all season long at BJUBruins.com. We would like to inform you that the men's game against Converse University will begin in just 15 minutes. As always, fans, have a great night, and go Bruins!